Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Danganronpa V3 Part 28. In the previous video, we did some more Clash Trial 3, Chapter 3 Clash Trial stuff. I don't know, that didn't come out right. It's late in the day. Brain's getting a little scrambled. I would like to finish the Clash Trial today, but I don't know, it won't end because we're not even at the intermission and we've already been doing it for like 2 hours. Crosby's winning in the floorboard. Oh yeah, and we're doing this whole seesaw nonsense that doesn't really make sense to me, but...
The other two cross pieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no cross piece, the next cross piece would act as a
okay, so they're I guess if you were to jump on it like that, okay. I guess...
A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Her whole body lifted up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that, unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Yeah, sure.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
I mean, really my biggest problem with this, once again, it's never the fact that, like, this shit is illogical and would never work, or no one would ever think of this. It's that there really isn't that much of a... Because, like, here's the thing. This evidence does not make it clear that it's the crosspiece behind where Tenko's head would have been. I was under the impression that it's the crosspiece underneath her. Right? I think that's part of the issue why it confused me so much. Is because there's nothing within the truth bullets to let you know that, hey, it's the crosspiece behind her, not, like, underneath her. Because I was under the impression it was the one underneath her, so that then she would fall down. The floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric. What conclusions can I draw from this? Only one place a sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence. Next to the cage, underneath, the top of the cage, between the top of the cage?
That's it! The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down.
And how did they get that done? Because, I mean, if you're saying that they jumped full force onto the seesaw, how they've been able to hold the blade in the right spot? And then also, like, if you jump like that, you would, like, slip down and...
The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage. Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble, but the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
No. Okay.
Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
No one thought it was weird that the statue wobbled? And that was never mentioned the entire time? There was no mention whatsoever of the statue weeble wobbling but not falling down? Seems like pretty critical information.
She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouched position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
Now, what if they just, like, jumped on the wrong floorboard because it was pitch black?
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard. That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide. Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box.
It's like, there's nothing mentioned about the statue not fitting right or anything. I mean, I don't remember there being... And even, you know, even if there is dialogue where they say it, if it's not listed in the truth bullets, I can't really, like... You know? Like, if it's not listed as evidence, I feel like that's not fair. Where even is the statue? Like, really? No one thought to mention, hey, it's kind of weird the statue doesn't fit right. Feels like it's like we wobbling.
Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
And they wouldn't even have to be that direct. They could just say, like, could just have a line on the statue about, like, you know, something felt odd when we placed it down. You know, that would be enough to at least let you maybe have some idea that the sickle being there was a possibility. I don't know.
Yeah?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Why her?
Would she even have enough weight?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
Yeah, because I mean, she would have had to been there first to remove the sickle.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand. By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean? Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
But maybe that connects to Kokichi's thing, because I think all the rooms were made into murder spots. Investigating the neighboring room from where the seance was held, he had stepped through one of the floorboards. The room also had part of the crosspiece cut off, the portion that supported the floorboard. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
Yeah, I don't think that's what makes her suspicious.
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow. You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab. Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance, and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it.
I mean, I guess if this is the way it went down, then... I mean, Kyo's the most suspicious. I mean, especially the way he's, like, trying to dominate the conversation here.
Then, she killed Tenko. All according to plan.
But I can't think of why the hell you would kill Tenko, though. Like, what does he gain out of doing that? Nothing?
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that.
Because
right?
if Kyo was thinking that, like, the seance would potentially... Because, I mean, the only reason to kill Tenko is either A, you're of the impression that Tenko killed Angie and you want revenge, or B, you're the killer, right? And you don't want the seance to potentially somehow maybe reveal Angie's killer. So if it was Kyo, that doesn't make any sense, really. Because that would mean that A, he had to have killed Angie, but even if he had killed Angie, he would have just not suggested the seance if he thought that would maybe blow up his spot.
He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
Himiko?
What's wrong, Himiko?
It is true that using the middle room was Himiko's idea, but does that mean Himiko really killed Tenko? I mean, really the thing that makes her so suspicious is that she was the first one to the cage, right? Now, also, once again, how would you not notice the sickle being there? Something so cruel. And now it's the intermission. But yeah, I don't really, the middle room doesn't, just because of the Kokichi evidence. I can't think of what reason that's important otherwise.
Well now.
Looks like we've reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our Guess the Victim quiz! A victim quiz, not a culprit quiz. The only victims are the ones who are still watching this drawn-out, boring crap. Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden?
It's okay.
I am sure everyone is happy. How do you know? They could be skipping the entire conversation for all you know. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I'm the real victim here. Me! Why are you getting upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all this nonsense all the time.
Absolutely
That's the right answer, Monodam. He hadn't said anything.
Hey,
Exactly, because there are no victims. Everybody deserved it. Even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. Because then everyone mourns you and you get tons of post-humanist popularity.
Daddy!
Oh, you don't get to reveal these kind of behind-the-scenes details.
all right.
Dying makes you more popular, then we gotta die soon too. Well, it depends. You have to have enough screen time for people to actually remember you. But you have to at least make it to like the 3rd or 4th chapter before anyone gives a shit.
Ooh, this is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
Ah! I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
Logic does not compute.
Huh? Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns. So round.
Bro, they're still
so
talking.
Sweet, so delicious.
That doesn't sound scary at all.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
Oh wait, I don't have any. Aha, aha, aha.
Huh? Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, I guess I had to go turn the air conditioning on because it's, the detection's kind of finicky and sometimes it just won't turn on even though it'll be like 1,000 degrees. I was probably going to melt into my chair if I sat here for another 50 minutes without the air conditioning on. Which non-Monodam Monokid do I want, or Monocub do I want to die? Probably Monophony. Granted, I don't really like Monotaro either. Really, I only like Monodam. Monosuke, he was okay. But really, it's just Monodam. He's the only one I like.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
No, I'm not listening.
What?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive? And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
Let's not do that. Yet, anyway.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
He's got a good point.
That's not the problem.
Oh, is it?
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial! Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just a big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
Pretty disrespectful of Tenko, if you ask me.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
I just don't see what Kyo gets out of killing Tenko. But I mean, he's really the only one that could have done it. I mean, Kokichi, honestly, I'm like very skeptical of whether or not, because I mean, would he even if he jumps on the thing, would he be able to push Tenko up enough? You know? And then plus the whole, like, why, if he was the one who did this beforehand, why would he have gone and, bust his head open in the other room? Doesn't really make sense. Or why would you even draw attention to the fact that the other floorboards in the other rooms are also messed up? So, I don't think it can be Kokichi. I mean, I assume it's not Shuichi, right? They're not gonna do the let's kill the protagonist off twice in a row. Even though, I mean, Kaito could be the protagonist. Kaito or Maki. I'd be fine with either one of them, to be honest.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko! Himiko not that kind of person! Gonta can tell by Himiko's face!
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
Well, I think that's a kind of a trap to fall into, but...
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, it's not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko!
Himiko, I know how you feel. I felt the same way after Kaede died. But we can't give up. We survived. We can't give up for the sake of everyone who died. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty disrespectful to Tenko to, you know, not go on living, because it's what you would want. Crosspiece, Bloody Kokichi. I'm gonna probably say it's Bloody Kokichi.
Following the seance in that room. What?
Himiko's decision.
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Steered her.
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one, Himiko? Because you laid your trap.
I would have picked the middle one as well. Actually, I would have picked
Was
left.
trap only in that room?
But middle
Other
makes sense as well. Okay. Oh. Don't even talk to me. I mean, sometimes you see the answer and you just like gotta go for it for style points.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What?
Especially since we've sucked it up in the last video, so
Kokichi
I'll take
will
every
tell you.
victory I can get. Kokichi, remember, we're best friends.
Careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
Seriously, we're best friends. Help me out, buddy. I guess there was no Crosspiece support in this floorboard, so I kind of stepped through. What bad luck.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3.
So yeah, I guess it does have to be Kyo then, right? Because I mean, he's the one who made the thingy. Made it in just the way exactly where the floorboard will be. I just don't really know what he gets out of killing Tenko. Unless... Because, I mean, even if he's the one who killed Angie... Which, I mean, it's possible. I just don't know why you would continue with the seance thing.
3 empty.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
I mean, unless that, like, maybe he wasn't aware that, like, if he were to kill someone, it wouldn't let him get out? I don't know.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Especially you!
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Granted, now that I think about it, the book was publicly available. So, I mean, you could have maybe figured out that if the seal had to be so big that, like, you know, it would have to be the, like, centermost floorboard. But, I mean, that does seem like that could be a definite part of it, that, like, since he's the one who drew the circle, he would be able to manipulate where the cage would have to be planted.
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Because that's another big problem with the whole floorboard thing, is that unless you can guarantee the cage is going to be in this exact spot, not really that useful. Especially since, I mean, if the cage was put, you know, just a few, like, inches backwards when you tried and do the seesaw thing, it would just hit the cage, you know? Which is another reason why it doesn't make any sense. Keep your chin up and live facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Please.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory. We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead. This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
Get him, Shuichi. Friendship speech.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore.
Is it Himiko's not annoying anymore redemption arc, maybe?
I won't give up! I'll fight alongside everyone and survive!
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
Jeez, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn! Well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect for my soul bro.
Oh, we're soul bros now?
Your soul bro?
Oh, we've moved up. We've been promoted from sidekick to soul bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Not really, no, because, well, okay, this is how we're going to make the connection to the magic circle.
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic. Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Why did no one step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? Ah, that's it. That must be the reason. Hey, magic circle?
This is it! It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
Also it's dark in here, so you'll be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse. Man, Kyo, don't be the
Before
killer,
we began
man.
The seance, we were warned not to step
You're like
on the
one of the
circle.
6 bearable characters. And honestly, I'd
The
probably
floorboard
like you a lot if it
question
wasn't for the
within
whole
circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
creepy dead sister vibe you give, where you're like, well, I mean, if she's dead, it's not hurting anyone.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
That's right, if that's the case, then the culprit, no doubt in mind, they're the one who killed Tenko. Only one person had the opportunity and the motive. I mean, he doesn't have a motive as far as we know, but I mean, it's gotta be Kyo, right? But I mean, I feel like it's so obvious that it's Kyo that it can't be Kyo, but we'll try it.
It has to be you.
Really? That's...
Kyo. Was it you?
Because honestly, like, I mean, Kyo was kind of one of the, of course, the most suspicious, right? But it seemed way too, like, straightforward. The idea that, okay, yeah, he set up the seance and everything, but, it just doesn't, I don't know, it just seemed a little too straightforward, I guess.
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
I still don't know why he would do it, though.
Kyo?
Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle.
And at least he is the only one that's
kept us
actually
from
heavier than
discovering the
Tenko.
seesaw trick.
So I can at least buy that aspect a bit more of him being able to smash her up with his weight.
But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Answer already! Did you do it?
Thankfully, he's got a mask, so he's not spitting everywhere. Very
I
courteous.
was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
I don't know, because I don't really like the seesaw angle in the first place. I mean, honestly, I think it'd be weird that, like, you would probably notice that since they were singing while doing it, that you would hear, like, hey, why is this person who is, you know, positioned with static, now I hear them getting closer for some reason.
I see. That is problem.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
how can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
I mean... Where's the circle again? 'Cause I can't... 'Cause, I mean, that is a legitimate question. How the hell did he, Well, I guess because now it's been stomped on and trampled, I suppose. But, I mean, I don't really remember, but I'm pretty sure the circle was still, like, basically perfect. I do remember it was slightly, like, messed up where the floorboard would have been. But, like, you're telling me he jumped from the far end to exactly there in the complete dark perfectly to hit the right spot without messing up any of the other salts? So I'm pretty sure, I mean, granted, I mean, it's kind of hard because it's not, like, real evidence, so I don't consider this, like, a nitpick per se. But, I mean, it is a nitpick, I mean. But, like, so I'm pretty sure the circle is still drawn perfect, until after everyone else comes in. Because, I mean, he would have disturbed the salt a little bit, trying to make that jump. Culprit stepped on that exact floorboard, even in the darkness. How? How do they move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit found the right board. Although even if I put out the candle, I could move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
So, I mean, I guess if there's, like, maybe a marker at the halfway point or something.
Did you figure it out?
See, the culprit didn't even have to see at all. They used... I mean, I guess touch?
That's it! The culprit used touch. They didn't see. They felt.
It still seems like a very easy way for the whole thing to go fucking wrong. You know? If you miscalculate by just, like, a tiny little bit, you're gonna be, like, completely outed.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right? Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. Yeah, tell him, Shuichi. Landmark they could have used to determine where the floorboard was. It must have been at the scene, I know it. Oh, is this mine? Oh no, it's Hangman's Gambit? Oh god. Candle? No, that doesn't fit. Something... M. magic circle. That actually, no, that doesn't quite fit. Okay, so it is magic, almost certainly. Any eyes around here? Any eye boys? Just looking for an eye. I see none. Oh, there we go. There's an eye. Any C's, magic. Oh, circle fits. What am I saying? Like, how is this on the same level as Seesaw Effect? Was this a C? I can't remember.
I see now. That's it. The magic circle. They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
What are you talking about?
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
What?
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
What?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
So what?
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
I guess. It technically does say on the truth bullet that there's no way to tell they were the same. I'm pretty sure Shuichi does mention something about how he looked and remembers that they were the same, but...
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
Or maybe it was when Kokichi mentioned looking at the book again that it was drawn the same.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
But considering it's not a truth bullet, I guess I'll just assume that maybe that was a lie or they were mistaken.
Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
I see another piece of the puzzle. Find the circle with salt, all but guaranteed it will be temporary. The investigation itself would have gotten rid of the evidence. Clever. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
Oh, did you record it?
What a pain. We don't have any way to check it now.
Oh, and then they do the thing where he keeps saying, hey, please pay attention to me, and everyone just keeps ignoring him.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Hey, may I have your attention?
Oh, I said cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
I had Miu add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
Oh, no.
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that
Oh, no, he's gonna break out his Robo-Dick! Go,
Please
Gadget
let me
Dick!
use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Alright, so what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
Image recording?
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try. Ready?
Oh my god, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
From your mouth?
I also used magic like that before.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay. Got it.
Why is it wet? I reluctantly took the paper from Kibo's mouth. Okay, does it look the same? I don't know. Where was Cage Child? I mean, it looks the same to me.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Not really. I mean, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it seems the same. The area in the center is empty? Isn't that just the pathway to the center? It's drawn the same in the document. I do also like how they don't let you see the document while you're doing this. That's really cool. Part of the magic circle is most suspicious?
There!
I don't know what I clicked on, I just saw that it lit up. It was like the
You
only
slept a
other
lot,
spot
Kibo.
that lit up.
Without you, I never would have seen through Kiyo's lie.
My lie?
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners.
Get it? Yeah, I guess. Okay. I mean, it still expects you to do like a comical high jump, long jump to get over there.
Which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
I do think it's funny that they don't let you consult the document when you're locked into that screen. So it's just like, oh, if you don't happen to either perfectly remember what it looked like, or if you don't take the time to look at it ahead of time, which I mean, even though I didn't notice that minor detail.
Hey, where's my thanks? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health.
Oh no, he's looking for STIs.
Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds. Your what? Why? Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality. Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan! Quit talking about your poop. No one cares. Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
Hey.
So, Kiyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction. Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant.
I mean,
but
we
it
did
may be
have,
an
like,
amusing
completely
version.
forgotten about the Angie murder as well, which is what we're actually trying to solve. Unimportant.
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
Bro, what are you talking about? Marker, dog,
If you are
iron
going
ca-
to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon?
Okay, murder
It was
weapon.
set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage.
You were there, weren't you? Didn't everyone help? I don't know, we placed it. Places over Tenko, Himiko removed it. But, yeah, so we're the ones who placed the cage. But what about the sheet? Kyo is the one who placed the sheet.
So suspicion should fall on them.
Is sheet an option? Oh, do I mash here or something? I can't remember.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who
I mean, I can't... Iron cage...
could have collected
White sheet. Okay, white sheet is an option.
the sickle was Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
I'll cut through your words! The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth. You could have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth.
Bro, how did nobody notice that?
And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth. Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
What?
It's correct? Then why don't you give up already?
Well, I mean, if he's not the one who killed Angie, he doesn't have to care about us knowing that he killed Tenko.
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen.
Okay, so that's his gambit, is that he didn't kill Angie?
Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
So he just killed her just to do it? Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense, I guess. It's kind of lame,
What
but
you talking about, Kyo?
don't ever do that again. Me, okay, you know what? You were okay with the first 2 chapters. You wore my patience. You're now bottom of the power rankings, even below, like... Maybe not worse than Angie, but...
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko, that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
Ah, that's right. What happens to your votes if there are 2 blackened candidates? I'll have an answer for that. First come, first served.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue. Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
Yeah?
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
You don't get to make that decision.
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found.
Okay.
Yes?
So he was unaware of the rule?
How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
Well, I mean, you probably should have thought it through, dude. I mean, you know, you should have thought about how's the game gonna work if there's 2 killers, you know?
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Nuts to that! Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit. Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
There's actually, like, literally 0 evidence linking him to the death of Angie.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
The culprit's one of you!
Ooh.
Wowee! This argument is getting intense!
Oh, is it time for, morphogenetic field battle?
The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds!
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Why were you waiting for it?
Kyo confessed to killing Tenko, but he insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. We have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone. So are we just gonna, like, lock Kyo in a coffin after this, or what? Yeah, we've seen the cutscene twice already, so... Vote now. Don't vote yet. See, all the dead people on our side.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
Kyo.
We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana
Can't really
was
talk during
found
the
in
katana.
Kyo's lab.
Anyone
Yeah,
could have
pretty much have
entered
to,
my
like, I
lab.
can't talk at all during this.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he's not blackened?
Blackened.
Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
Okay.
He's planning to use the new...
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after
Alright,
both
now we're good.
murders.
For those first sections, there's too much to read too
Not
quick
yet.
to even
There's
talk.
still another mystery to solve.
Oh, do we have to mash here or something? Oh
I
yeah,
was wrong!
I was hitting the wrong button. Just a bit more. We can't give up until everyone is convinced. Oh! I got mind flooded by the Y. Oh yeah, it's different X. Because I don't know, I saw Y and just for like a split second, I didn't hit anything, because I was like, wait, what is Y again?
It would be a mistake to vote before we've
Because, you know, I'm using a
completely solved
PlayStation
Angie's
controller,
murder.
so all the prompts are wrong.
And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
And honestly, for the longest time, I was used to just, like, exclusively seeing it in Xbox prompts, but as, you know, more recent games will actually have both, depending on the controller you have, but, for this one, it doesn't.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Yes, the outline piece of evidence at Tenko's murder scene. At Tenko's murder scene? The dried blood.
This is it! The blood stain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Is that Tenko's blood?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it. But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
Bloodstain under the floorboard was dry because it was there before Tenko was killed. It was from the investigation. It happened before the seance. It was there before. I mean, both of these kind of mean the same thing, but blood was spilled before the when Tenko was killed. It dried faster because the stain was small. No, what are you talking about? No.
Oh no!
That's not. Bro, both of those mean the same thing. Whatever, man. I kind of like hate the gameplay of this trial. Where am I?
This is it!
Because before the seance and before Tenko were killed basically mean the exact same thing.
That's it! The bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Because, I mean, if I say it was there before her murder, why would the game assume that I'm thinking it's Tenko's blood? I should make it clear whose blood it was. Bloodstain, it had to have been... I mean, I guess Kyo when he was setting it up? When he was setting up the seesaw, he might have injured himself. That would not be a possibility. That would not be a possibility. It's a super boring answer.
Damn it!
I mean, the game doesn't even come up with a good reason for why it's wrong. She's like, ah, it's wrong. And Angie? I guess it's Angie.
That's it!
I can't think of why it would be Angie, but...
That bloodstain wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Why?
Did Angie have business in rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
Yeah, because, I mean, he didn't check that stuff until after the seance.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room where she was killed. So is Kokichi's statement true, or... Yeah, we're probably gonna stop after this, because I think I'm kind of done. I wanted to finish the trial today, but I don't have enough time, so... We'll probably stop a little early since the last video was long.
Which lab?
Effigies, Circle, Age Child.
Is not
Necronomicon. Could have been looking for a way to burn the book, I guess. Maybe the candles?
She was killed in the empty room instead!
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
Yeah.
That's it! She
I agree!
Bro, like, how is this prompt on the same level as the seesaw shit? It just doesn't make any sense.
That's it! Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, for kinky wax play!
Yep. You killed the video, Miyu. Next time, we will, try and push through and finish the trial. We might go a little longer next time, but I'm kind of done. And I don't really want to push through and make the video worse as a result. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.